there, fellow hungry travelers. Mark here with Wolters World. Today we're in Bamberg, Germany, and today we're going to talk about what you should eat when you come here to Bamberg. And I'm not going to start with food. I'm going to start with a drink. You need to have the Schlinkler Rauchbier, the Schlinkler smoked beer. Yes, it sounds weird. Smoked beer? What is this? Honestly, I remember the first time I had it, I took a drink. I'm like, this tastes weird. But I had another drink. I'm like, this tastes weird, but I think I might like it. Then I had a third sip, and I'm like, wait, is this pork rinds? And then the fourth drink, I'm like, this is like bacon. And then halfway through my first half liter, I went from, I don't know if I like this, to, oh my God, this is my favorite beer I've ever had. And that's why when you come here, you want to have the Rauchbier, the smoked beer. That is a very special thing from here in Bamberg. And actually, if you go to the old town over there, you can go to the Schlinkler, their bar, and go in there to have it fresh on tap. And you get throughout the city too, that's not a problem, but that's one thing you have to have. And if you do have the chance, if you can go to the Schlinkler brewery, I have the one breakfast you have to have when you are here in Bamberg. And don't be weirded out by it, but honestly, it's weisswurst, so white sausages, a pretzel, the sweet mustard, and then a Rauchbier, a smoked beer. Oh my goodness, it is fantastic. If you go to the Schlinkler, you go to their brewery, they sell it there in the mornings until about 11:30, because traditionally white sausages, weisswurst, only a morning thing. Now, there's other places around town that can have it. If you talk to locals, they'll tell you there's better places. But as a tourist, as someone that wants you to enjoy the real experience, you can't pass that one up, okay? Now remember, when you get the white sausage, you gotta have the sweet mustard with it, okay? Tschüssi. So this is where you're going to get those white sausages with the pretzel, sweet mustard, and the smoked beer, right? But I got to tell you this. Don't be surprised if you might need to make a reservation if you want to sit here in the morning. Yes, so make sure you have a spot to get the white sausages before 11 and all those things. So, because sometimes they run out of space, so do be aware of that, but it is worth going to. So please, 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 go help out my Rauchbier buddies. Now, another thing that's very Bamberg is Bamberger Wurst, the Bamberger Bratwurst, the Bamberger sausage. Now, you know a traditional kind of thick sausage. Well, here's the thing. When you come here to Bamberg, there's a smaller. It's like a bratwurst went on a diet and starting to look good, right? And so it's a thinner bratwurst. Same thing with the spices and the pork and everything. It's actually really good, but you can get it, at a meal, and they'll give you a few of them, 2 of them on your plate. Or maybe if you're walking around town, you'll see where they sell the bratwurst stands. You can get the Bamberger, and I'll have the roll. Yeah, they'll probably throw 2 in there, throw in some mustard. You can't go wrong with that. But the thing is, not everybody knows about the Bamberger Bratwurst, which I really like, or the Bamberger Wurst. That's one thing I really enjoy. But there is another blue sausage, which I know when you think blue and food, you're like, that seems kind of weird. It's called the blaue Zwiebeln, and what it is, it's a sausage, but with the spices it had inside, and there's like a little blue tinge where they cook it up. You kind of look at it and go, I don't know if this is for me. It's okay. It's supposed to be that way, and it usually comes with some rye bread and some sauerkraut or maybe some potato stuff. But that's another thing that's very much Bamberg, the Franken region that we're in here. And the thing is the Bamberg, though it technically is the state of Bavaria, is actually the region of Franken, okay? The Franks, right? And they have very fantastic food. And one of the things you definitely have to have when you are here is Schäufle. And Schäufle is grilled pork shoulder. Now, you've probably seen Haxe before with the big thing rotating around, and those are fantastic. But Schäufle is a pork shoulder. It's a little bit smaller cut, but it's so good. And usually it'll come with some kind of sauerkraut or klöße, like a potato dumpling, which is really, really good. You can have that. And of course, you can get the Fränkische version of Haxe, which is the pork knuckle. Yes, it looks like if I eat all this, I'll be 100% health on the video game I'm playing. But honestly, those 2 Schäufle, then some Haxe, yeah, you'll be full if you have that, no doubt. I mean, you can never go wrong with Haxe, so you'll be fine with that here too in Bamberg. Pretty good stuff. Now, the next thing on my list is Bamberger Rindfleisch. And Rindfleisch, if you go to Austria, you'll see Tafelspitze. It's just boiled beef. And I'll be honest with you, boiled beef tastes like boiled beef. It's something that's very traditional from here. But if you're looking for flavor, go for the Schäufle, or go for the bratwurst, the Bamberger Bratwurst. Those would be better for flavor, I feel, but it is very much, the boiled beef is very much a traditional thing for this area. And it's actually kind of like a wedding meal you might want to think about. Now, another very much Bamberg thing here is you have the stuffed onions, or the Bamberger Zwiebeln. So, Mom, how would you describe the Bamberg Zwiebel?
Looks like a meatball inside of an onion.
There you go. And that's exactly what it is, a meatball inside of an onion. And basically what it is, it's a white onion. They cut the top off, they take the stuff out, and they take the onion, and the onion that's left over from the top, they cut up. You cut that up, you grind it up with some pork belly. Think of it kind of like almost a meatball they put inside of it. Yes, you get that one if you can find it. Well worth getting, okay? The Bamberger Zwiebeln, you can't go wrong with that one. And the thing you have to realize is this region is very famous for its actual onions, so Zwiebel might show up in a few of your dishes when you're going around. So if you have the Käsespitz, so the cheese noodles, yeah, there'll be some onions from around here that's in it. And honestly, when you come here, you're going to eat very well when you're here in Bamberg. There is plenty of restaurants around. I will say this though, like on Fridays and Saturday nights, I do recommend you make reservations so that you actually can get a place to sit, because some of the, especially when you go in the old town and eat, there's not always a ton of spots, especially if you have a group of 7, 8, 9, 10 people. You definitely need to make reservations. And the thing is, if you're going to your hotels or you're staying at Airbnb, you don't have to actually eat there. You can actually go to the bakeries around town. There's a lot of really good treats there, but probably the one you need to get most is the Hühner, or the Bamberg, basically the Bamberg croissant. You'll see it there. It looks like a croissant, not like the fancy French croissant. It's more like croissants, like younger brother was trying to imitate it, and that's what it came out. And you'll have that. You can get those here as well. Honestly, your hotel probably has it for breakfast. Like, if you see a thing that looks like a croissant, it's probably the Bamberger, the Hühner. You'll have that. So that's a really nice thing to have. But honestly, I cannot complain about the food when you come here. You will get big portions, you'll get filled up. And the thing is, here in Bamberg, these are some of the nicest Germans anywhere around. And even though there's a lot of tourists that come here, mostly German tourists, so you have a lot of options to get really German food when you're here in Bamberg and Franken food, then I really recommend you come here to really focus on eating local traditional food. And what's cool is a lot of the restaurants will actually have it listed, oh, this is traditional Franken food, and for the region that's around here. And that's one thing that's really nice. So I hope this helps you know a few things you need to eat and especially drink without Rauchbier, the smoked beer, when you're here. And yes, there's other local beers you can have when you're here as well, but near and dear to my heart and my tummy is the Rauchbier, the smoked beer here. I wish you all the best, and I will say this, guten Appetit when you're here in Bamberg.